Step up, traders, time to roll. Numbers shaking down the scroll. Clock is ticking, you already know. Welcome into the stock market show.
I don't know why that's not working.
Monday to Friday.
Is she really? She's pretty mad at me for being.
Jim James, help you cut that dry.
Oh, kitty. Nice squeeze off the bell. Just need to break above.
This ship on the stock market show. Stock market show.
She won't get down. Kitty, I think you're going to be on TV today.
Shots on the stock market show. Hey, the stock market show. Where the bulls run wild. The bears lay low from the first loud bell to the closing door. Ride that wave on the stock market show. Get that trigger pulled on. TradeOfTheTrigger.com. TradeOfTheTrigger.com.
What's going on with this fucking YouTube shit? What I did wrong over there. Hang tighter, guys. Give me one quick second here, guys. I'm having some issues again today. Hold on here. I don't know what's going on. Is my stream on? I don't know if it's done. I don't see a stream going here. I'm trying to turn on oh yeah, come on down. Hang tight here, guys. I'm just having some issues with. Ooh, yeah. Look at that nice little reversal there. Just one quick second here, guys. What's going on? I'm reading chat right now. Robin. You hold on here. Give me a second. I'm reading some chat here. Let's go over this really quick. Robin Schultz. Don't know who that is. Just an awareness to you out there. when you're popular, you attract trolls. It's very common. I don't know who that person is. More than likely, they're angry. I don't know why they're angry. Well, usually they're just trolls. You've pissed somebody off or something, or whatever. I don't know who that person is. How you guys doing? Good morning. Good to see you here. I'll tell you 1 second. A couple notes here. I leave for New York. What we got to watch this. I'm gonna go over here and show you this in a minute. I leave for New York here. I'm taking a red eye or something. Link tight here, guys. I'm leaving for New York. I will not be here. If you follow along every day, you already know this. But I am leaving for New York City really soon. I'm actually really behind right now. To go to New York. I actually picked up some cool shit though to go to New York. But we got to watch this here. We got to watch this closely. And there's a reason for this. See this, like, we're kind of getting shanked right now. Let's talk about Monday, Tuesdays, or Thursday, Fridays, and then I saw. Well, let's start at the top. So I did see this morning, like, the Yardini research stuff, and everyone's saying, "Oh my God, we're gonna crash!" Right? Now you got to remember two things. The first one is that Thursday, Fridays, if you have a green week, you just need to hold the Thursday, Friday low. And this usually happens. You'll put a new. Let me just draw this out for you. So if this is Thursday and this is Friday, right? So you got Thursday, Friday, right? And you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the upcoming week. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you come up here on like a Thursday, let's say you put in a low and a high, right? I kind of did that wrong. Hold on here. This is your Thursday low. This is your Thursday high. This is your Friday low. This is your Friday high. And what you expect is that on Monday, right, Sunday or Monday, that you're going to put in another high. So just up here, let's just say it happens on Monday, you get your new high. Then you're coming back in here on Tuesday to trade this low and this low right here. And on Wednesday, if you're not below that Thursday, you expect that the Wednesday low, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right in here. Your Wednesday low, if you have not given up your Thursday or Friday of the prior week, you should expect big green bars coming up into Thursday, Friday, Monday of the following week. If you just get that thing there, right? And then when you come into the middle of the month, you'll back test the prior month if it was green as well. But it's not what we're looking at right now. It's not important right here. So we want to be looking at two things in here. The first one is going to be the Friday low. And you can see, just snap a line on Friday and Thursday. This is the Friday low right here. Well, I didn't delete this from earlier this morning, but this is the Thursday low right here. See this Thursday, 10 a.m.? And then you can see this one right here is this one right here. Normally I delete these before the show comes on, but this is your Thursday. This is your Friday low. This is your Thursday low right here. Now, the danger today is that you could theoretically give all this up right here, down here to 750, and still be bullish on the week. You could actually trade all the way the fuck down here and literally put in like the 762.50 or whatever, Friday, Sunday, Monday, or something like that. That's probably the danger that everybody's talking about right now, like market's going to crash kind of stuff. And you'd still, though, be bullish. You could measure this. Let's go tip the tail. That's 1.41% to the downside. I don't think that happens today. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our eyes on these two things right here. You don't need to see it or anything. I already know where they are. Don't need to care about this one either. The only thing that you need to care about this morning, I think I posted this on Twitter this morning. As long as we're not giving up these two white lines right here, becomes a buy. So we're just waiting for, does this thing turn around, right? To show us like 10 a.m., 12 p.m., we can start going higher, put in a new high, and we're out of here. But just be patient. And if we put in this low, put in another low down here, smash that thing out, we can just wait and see if we go down to like 750 or something like that. And we'll try to pick that back up for the weekly high again. But otherwise, don't touch this morning. I think I said on Twitter this morning, or asked a social media manager I asked him to post, just be patient on open and just wait and see what this becomes here. If that makes any sense to you out there, but let's go over here and look at this on a 1 minute time frame really quick. Let's just see what we got going on here. Something like this. Hey, we even hit the 10 a.m. mark right there, or the 9:30, the upside rip. And we're just going to test and watch this and make sure we're not going to start losing this, because this low right here, they slam this fucker down. You got a low right here. You know, if they put the new low in over here and all of a sudden we're down here at 10 a.m. and they're like, bam, we'll end up seeing this 756. And if they break through this, that's you got your low, your new low, your new low, or your other low over here and your new low over here. And there ain't nothing in here. There's like no support in here. All right, there's no support in there. So they'll blast this shit down. That's 754 right there. And it gets messy really, really fast. Even if we're bullish on the week. It's like literally you can trade 750 and still be putting in 762.5 coming into Monday, something like that. So it's probably why you're hearing all this bearishness. And this is the last day for bearishness for the bears. You got to remember, like, this shit ends today, right? And then we come back and look at it again. Well, theoretically, if we hold 750, this ends until middle of the month. You end up coming into you come in the middle of the month, they do it again to you. They drop another bomb on you, tell you it's going to crash. Something like that. So just watch this closely here. They're already dipping their wicks down here. Ooh. I got a bunch of puts on here too. Holy shit. Thank you. I just closed puts here. Just a heads up to you. Hold on. I have more than one set of puts on here. I might leave these ones on. Yeah, I'm going to leave these on. I just closed one set. I'm going to look to close another set. Sweet. All right, I'm closed here. Give me a second here. Come on. Woohoo. Yeah, boy. It's a good week. Sorry, hold on here. Now let's watch this prior high right here and see if we start blasting this down. We want to see a new low in here. Let's mark this one out. We need to get that new low in here at 755.89 to then roll this one down. Or I would like to see it smash through this. Yeah, if you ever see a troll here, it's because you piss them off. That's why they're here. That's why they watch the show, because they're gonna get smoked. It's just a common normal thing. It's like you got to remember that, like, in a day. But so we stream to 4 different platforms. We stream to Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick right now. And I know that the show is also reposted, like it's played in Discords. Just pure numbers every day. We don't do anything unnatural here. I don't pay for views or likes or comments or anything. I don't pay for any of that stuff. Zero. I refuse to. So, what you're looking for here is, well, you have to remember that every day on average, not the high view count, but the low view count on just the day, 10,000 viewers a day. And unique viewers, every year we're hitting, for unique viewers, millions. Like millions of people. We get checked. Our show gets checked at inflection points. It's like people come in, check the inflection point, and then they leave. And we get a lot of viewers. So you're going to attract trolls, part of it. You know what I mean? You're going to piss people off. They're going to be people like, I should be better than this guy or something, what the fuck it is. Or something like that. You know what I mean? So if you ever see a troll or anything like that, just let me know. I'll mute them or whatever. A mentor or moderator will do that work for you. And when we do the nighttime show, you're not going to see, you may or may not be able to comment. I don't know exactly how we're going to work that out, but the night show could get out of control, you know, because that should get more viewers, like buku more viewers. Oh, yeah, I told you not to buy that today, right? Yeah, don't buy that. What else we got going on? So just housekeeping. I'm leaving. I go to New York. The show will be on every day. I ran some, I tried to run some, what do you call it? Like a remote thing so I could be here and actually do it rather than have somebody else set up the day for me or anything like that. And I think I've got it under control. So the stream will be up. Everything will be on for this whole entire week. How are we doing right now? You guys okay? You guys losing? Is that guy Robin Fuckface? Is he getting smoked right now? His shit on fire right now, hopefully? I bet it is. Come on down there and slap 754, please. Oh, yeah. Slap 754. I want to see it hit. Bring this back over here. You know, he's watching the show right now because he's probably going to buy puts down here or something. Let's watch this for a minute. Put this one right over here. Is it 10 yet? Almost. There's 10. There's 12. And I got weekly puts. I don't have them on anymore, but I did have 2 sets of weekly puts on. Every high on Monday and Tuesday, I think I put puts on this week. This is kind of where you want to be putting your calls on for like a weekly print, like Wednesdays. Wednesdays is where it's at. You put your weeklies on. We sweep out all the people from Thursday. Maybe I should, hold on a second here. Let's go down here. I had these on here earlier, and I kind of missed them. See it right here? This is Friday low right here. Do you see it? Just showing you this earlier. You see the Friday low right here? 10 a.m. You see it? It's right there. And look where we are right now. Right on that Friday low. Do you see it? So you're sweeping out the early buyer from Thursday, Friday. What these people do on Thursday, Fridays, they get very excited. And so they're like, I'm going to buy calls for next week. And they get kind of a print usually on Monday, but it's not a full print. It's not in the money or anything like that. And then they usually bring this back all the way down, make you buy it again. So if you ever hear me say things like, when I make you buy it again, this is that operation in effect right now. So notice how there's something else that's important here. Do you notice this? You see how this we did not put in a new low on that Friday? Just look at this really quick. This is how an algorithm works. I want to show you this. You see that right there? And you see how we're now higher than even this one here from Monday? We're even higher. That's a low, right, for Monday. Clean them out on Monday, Monday at some point, and then trying to take their stops, right? And this one is higher right now. And what are they doing? They're accumulating this, right? Can you see it? They're accumulating on the Friday low. Now, the one thing we need to know is, are we able to put in the new high to run away from this? Or are we going to then take out the Thursday low, which is fucking deep as fuck? It's right down here. It's right here. So you could literally sweep this right here. On there. We'll make this, I don't know. We'll do our friend Robin a solid here because Robin's probably a scumbag. We'll make it purple for Robin. Hold on, we'll put this one down here. We'll just leave these here just so that in case we go to it and take out the Thursday low. That's pretty fair. I think it's 1.4%. Kind of see it down there. I don't think we're going to sweep it, but we'll watch and see. We just want to see if the flows come in to buy at 10. So we're going to switch now back to 1 minute. And let's look at this here. So here's our 1 minute right here, right? We're looking for buyers on 10 a.m., right? Coming into 10 a.m. And you know that there's likely a seller watching right now out there, right? Some kind of like shit turd or something, like Robin. Hold on. This is 10. This is 10:30. Sorry for shitting on Robin so much, but so what you're gonna do is, you're gonna watch this here, and the prior high is pretty high, right? It's not low. You see that big drop down here. So you've got a bunch of space here, right? So what do we need to do to buy this dip? You already know, right? We need to go up here and put in a new high, right? And then in my case, I like the second high above it. You come back down, the 1 and 5 comes up, and then the half an hour trigger starts pulling everything up and away, and you take that long right here. You can't take this long with any kind of, I mean, you probably have a 30% chance that that's the bottom. But in my view, I don't like that bottom. I would even accept this. I would even accept a high right here. And then another high up here to maybe start getting long, maybe. Like your percentages starts to get better up here, but we don't do this right now, do we? We don't get long on this. Where it is right now, we don't do that. This is a good clean bottom right here, though. Like, so for a starting place, this is a decent bottom down here. But we don't want to do is have this happen here, where you're bottoming, right? Where you should, scraping the bottom. And then they come back in on like 10:30, and they slam you down underneath. And when you do that underneath right here, it's very dangerous. You start, because you're saying that these buyers are not as serious as the other ones on Thursday. So it's like, yeah, maybe we'll wait to buy that dip, and then they take us down all day long to like 750 or something. And then that was the actual dip to buy. So watch this closely here. Don't do a fucking thing. Like, you could buy this if you're a kick-ass trader, but you know, like, you're in, you're out. Before we get to the 1 minute trigger and stuff like that. Let's watch this closely, though, and see what happens. Hang tight here. This is every week, up or down. We do this every single week. And then you get your monthly check back and your quarterly check back, but we're not going to talk about those in the show on a live stream. So we'll look at this here and just see if we can mark off a bottom. So you're marking a bottom. You're going to put in a high, and you're going to look for a second low and then a new high, and we'll see if we can get out of here to the upside. We can put it. Now, I want you to remember what I'm saying to you, because if you're bullish, you're trying to get long when? Not on Thursday, Friday. You're trying to get long on a Wednesday, if possible. If you put the high on a Monday, by Wednesday, you're trying to get long for when? The following week, right? You're trying to get a print on Monday. So you get calls expiring the following Wednesday. You try to get that print on Sunday, Monday. And you're not buying the next week until the following Wednesday. Instead of trying to like grab that, like people get excited on Thursday, Fridays. They'll like sit there and they'll watch the market go up Thursday, up Friday, and then they're like, "Oh fuck, I missed the whole entire fucking trade." They slam on a trade for the following week, and then they get hammered for days and days and days. You get a little bit of upside, but you're not going to get the print. And the print is like, it's kind of like a bull or a bear saying something like, I don't know, like, we went down, I closed. And you're like, well, you didn't really want that trade, right? You wanted 51 or whatever, or 50. You didn't want 54, 56 or anything like that. Now, if they close it and they're fine, but in reality, they're looking for that downside print. The same thing goes for your calls. And you're buying calls or selling puts, or you're buying the underlying or something like that. I got no problem with like taking the short trade, or not the short, like hey, I made some money, then I'm out and stuff like that. But whenever you're putting in like a, like a 10% win, a 20% win, a 30% win, a 40% win, you still need to sprinkle in like a heavy hitter. Like, I made 300%. I made 100%. You need to throw a couple of those in there to offset when you do miss a trade. If you can win 7 out of 10 trades, and you have a mix of like 10, 20, 30% winners, 100% winner, a 300% winner, and you're upping your averages into the losses you're going to take. You're going to make like 3 minimum on average, 3 bad trades. You should expect that. So if you get the 3 bad trades, and some of you are going to get even more, right? Then you have to manage the losses on those trades. So if you're like, I got to stop here, and I lost 20%, 30%, I'm going to cut my loss, get in the short side. Let's say if you're a buyer, and try to make that money on that downstroke or whatever it needs to be to like limit your losses and then go with the trend if it's down or up or whatever. But you want to be, all of that stuff matters at the end of the week and to the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, at the end of the year. You need to be having those averages up there consistently. Not, I did well this week and then I fucking blew up my account the second week or anything like that. So watch this closely here. We'll mark this as a bottom for 10 a.m. We don't know if this is the bottom or not. We already know that. And we already know what else? That this, excuse me. You already know that this bottom doesn't matter, that you have to put the high in, come back, and then make the second high to see if we're going to start rampo-rammering out of here. So we're at 10:30 coming up. Am I on 10? Yeah, it's 10 a.m. We just want to make sure that these are buy flows over this next half an hour and not sell flows. Got a marked bottom, got a marked high. Just waiting to see what this is. Is this selling or is this buying? You tighter, guys. Look at that up there. That's a pretty big wall, right? See that wall right there? That's up here. This one right here. Sorry, I've got something going on here.
Spot 4. Factory orders month-over-month for April had 4.8%, 4.8%, higher than forecast, 4.6%. The core durable goods revised at 1%.
Thanks, appreciate you.
As expected. Durable goods revised at 8%, higher than forecast, 7.9%.
We don't need to see that anymore. None of that matters.
Noting some prior revisions to the factory orders month-over-month, revised up to 1.8% from 1.5%.
Yeah, fucking economy is expanding, bro. Services PMI actual 54.5, forecast 53.8, previous 56 or 53.6. U.S. factory orders month over month 4.8, forecast 4.6. Previous 1.5. All data should be pretty good right now. Saw some other talk this morning about Warsh. Yesterday I read the story about the Project 2025 guy that's working for Warsh now. And there was a spin that came out this morning that Warsh was going to raise rates in June. That is not true. Warsh has no like the only way that you'll get Warsh raising rates in June, inflation would need to be like vertical, and it's just not there yet. These guys have Project 2025. All these guys want to run it hot. I want you to think about that narrative right now. The narrative of we're going to raise rates in June. This is the same group, or not the same group. So you got to remember that the sizzle, right? The steak, the sizzle, the blood leads it. So you're going to see like, hey, blood leads, right? We're going to instill fear on a rate hike in June. If you look at anything these guys have said, anything, they do not want to raise rates. They're trying to separate the two of these things. And not only that, they need to pay the fucking debt down. So I just want to explain that concept to you one more time briefly.
On the feed for those.
These guys want to fucking pay the debt down. You're not going to pay the debt down unless you cheapen the dollar. It's that fucking simple. And especially if they want to use the long end to kind of fight inflation. So like they're using the long end to fight inflation. Rates are going up in the long end. And they want the cheap fucking dollar. And what they're going to do is whipsaw the market around with like threats. You know, you're going to get a rate hike. Oh my God, we're going to a tightening cycle, but they really aren't. And then when they actually do raise a rate, it won't be until inflation is fucking raging. And they're only going to do that to lower it just enough so that the market will continue to function, like literally. This is their plan. Like they've written this. And if you listen to a bear that picks up on that and points and says, oh my God, you're going to get a rate hike in June. This is the same fucking crowd that's regurgitating that diarrhea. And they're also telling you that while also screaming about the debt. You get what I'm saying? Like they're still screaming about the debt, and the only way you're going to pay that debt off is a cheap dollar. It's it. It's the only fucking way you're doing it. So like that counter argument between those two groups, none of it jives. Does that make sense? Like it just doesn't jive together. And the mandate of the Fed and the Treasury and the executive is not to fucking destroy the stank market or the economy or any of that kind of stuff. We don't work on that anymore. Like that's like 1960s shit. I got a feeling. There's no like feeling. I mean, you can have a feeling, but you have to still use data to some extent. We are a database society today. That shit doesn't work anymore. Now they can talk down the market. They can knee jerk the market. They can do the trade for the hike, right? Like, hey, we're going to trade this. We're going to get a hike in June. But it doesn't make it so. It's a completely separate thing. We're gambling on a hike or no hike, but the reality is you're not getting a fucking hike. So if you go to like the June meeting, and if we're in a low or something like that, let's say we go down into a June meeting because Warsh is going to raise a rate on you, I would be fucking slamming the fucking call button on the goddamn low of that day, like full account, because you're not getting it. They're not going to give it to you. They're just going to talk you down. They're just going to, warn you and whatever. Like nothing screams right now that we need. I mean, well, in my mind, if you were going to be a responsible market participant, I would tell you that we wouldn't have this kind of debt in the first place. Yes, you would get a hike, all that kind of shit. But we're not in that world, are we? We're in the real world of rape and pillage until we break something. That's literally what the stock market is, and it will never change. It shouldn't ever change. I would put more of a bet on our stock market
inflation is elevated in the good sector,
going away during the time of AI than I would with the participants, including the banks and everyone else that's in the market, that they are going to somehow find some kind of like
it does add that inflation is also
we're going to treat the market well, and like we're not going to do this and we're not going to do that kind of stuff. Nope, that's not how it goes. At some point, someone gets too greedy in the frying pan bottom of the. At some point in the soft landing, someone's gonna whore it out. I don't want to say that word, but someone's gonna go in there and say, "Fuck it, let's ramp the inflation trade and pay off this over here or whatever." That's what they do. They've always done it, and they always will. So it's kind of like the meme thing, right? They tell you there was never memes in the stock market until right now with these young whippersnappers. That's fucking fake too. Remember that you never created 2008, did you? You never created 2001. That wasn't your fault. And so you should expect them to do it again, is my point. And they don't give a fuck. Like they literally don't. It's always money. When you learn that about money, then, or when you eventually get over now I had that problem too for many years. I was always like I always saw the good in everything, don't worry, this is going to fix itself, or they wouldn't do that kind of stuff. And
William says,
as you get older, you get really crass to that stuff. You're like, they're going to fucking, they're going to rape and pillage is what they're going to do. It's all of them. It doesn't matter what party they are. It's all power and money. If you just look at it from that perspective, power and money, power and money, power and money. And that's where politics come in, and the corporate greed comes in, all that kind of stuff. And they just don't give a fuck. They'll tell you till they're blue in the face that they do, but they don't. They got zero. Let's watch this closely here. Don't do anything here. Don't be trying to buy this or anything. Just kind of hang out. We want to see if we can put in that low, right? You got what we think is a bottom. You got the first high. You want to see that low, whether it's here or up here. I don't care. We'll watch this closely here into 10:30 and see if we can start taking a trade. We want to try to get long for next week, if we can. If we can get long here, if we can get long down at 51, we're trying to get long for next week. It is. It really is God and money. I got to talk, sometimes I used to talk about this in the show a long time ago, and I don't say it much anymore, but you guys got to understand, I have spent most of my life living in some of the fucking most filthy, rich places in the world. And those people do not identify with you. They don't identify with you as, if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, they don't give a fuck. MAGA, Antifa, they don't care about anything you're doing. They live by their own ideals and values, and they sell you those values. Okay? They sell you the values that you and I fight over. But they have nothing to do with that shit. And that's not how they live. They don't live like that. It's hard to explain that to people. And people think that they're rich. And I'm like, you have no fucking clue what wealth is. Have you ever spent time around wealth? Real wealth is intoxicating. And how they live, I hung out with them all the time. And they don't live like a normal person in any way, shape, or form. So, just be aware of that, okay? And especially how that pertains to the stock market in particular. They don't give a fuck. Let's see how this works itself out. See if we can get some action going here. There's still some risk up here, of course. You can see that big yellow bar up there. There could be a quick trade in here. Just want to watch this. Be patient. And remember that this trade is for next Wednesday, so we got time here. It's only Wednesday right now. We got 7 whole days before we have to make this decision. And the rest, we'll leave a bunch of people behind in this too, right?
I don't see an obvious
and they'll get long too early again after they see it going moon green. I'm hoping I can leave you. My hope today too, I think I said this to you on Monday, is that I hope that I can leave you for 2 days, and we're just going up for those 2 days into the weekend and Monday. We can put this fucking trade on, cruise control into the weekend, and come right back on the beginning of next week, and we're all getting paid. Let's keep watching this closely here. I haven't taken a trade here. I'm just kind of watching this. I don't want to get trapped in here. And this 10:30 flow bullshit. They do some nonsense up here.
Feds Williams says the Fed
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they try to send us back down here.
Williams says I don't see forward.
I'd rather buy that right there.
Helpful.
It's kind of like a little trappiness going on in here, so don't do anything. Just sit and watch the show. You want to watch that really quick just so you can see it? Yeah, so New York City, I fucking like I'm already behind right now. Like I should be in New York City tomorrow at 8 in the morning, 6 a.m. or something. Super fucking early tomorrow. And then I've got the day available to meet up. I am just a note to you. I am bringing my wife with me. I wasn't going to bring her with me, but I am bringing her with me. Last minute, I asked her to come with me, just to help with logistics for all the things that I'm doing in the city. And I'm bringing my assistant with me. People are like, I'm bringing my assistant. I'm like, who, you mean your wife? You fucker? I asked my wife if she would come to New York. That's what I was doing yesterday, trying to get her set up to come with me to New York City. So she'll be there with me in the city, helping with logistics for me. I had to bribe her, of course. She did not want to come. It's not you guys, it's me. And I have a family. Like I got kids. Like it's like last night I did. We had a National Honor Society last night. My youngest, I should show you guys her. My youngest is like everything. Like she didn't miss any school. She National Junior Honor Society. She got a bunch of awards yesterday. She won awards for a band and orchestra, and she won awards for some kind of language thing. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. She never told me about it. I don't know why she didn't. And my point though is that things are very busy for me right now. School's wrapping up for both my daughters. I have another daughter that's going to Europe. She's like leaving for Europe or some shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. It was like last minute. Graduation was unknown in Sweden, so I'm trying to get her out of here. Trying to get my other daughter out of school right now. Get her awards done. And then get to New York City. So I'll be there. Anyways, I'll be in New York City very early tomorrow morning. I'm free all day long. I got nothing going on. And if you guys want to meet, I have her working on the DMs and stuff to do a meetup in New York on Friday or Thursday night. What's the problem for me that I have is that I love doing meetups, but then I can't always be doing the meetup. I have like business in New York I have to tend to. I got people I have to meet that are friends that I have to meet that don't like it's hard to separate like how do I describe some of this shit? Like I never wanted to be a fucking streamer. I'll be honest with you guys. Like I never wanted to be a streamer. I never thought about being a streamer. I never wanted to be fucking doing any of this. And it came very unexpected. I thought I'd be like 200 people here. That would be it. And it'd be just me and my friends trading, like literally. And so I want you to know that like when you're a streamer, like I've become a streamer, right? Let's be honest, right? Become a streamer. And that brings up all kinds of like for like my family and my friends and stuff. They like it. They think it's cool, but a lot of people are adverse to it. You know, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like people around. So I try to like separate when I can. Like, hey, like you guys ever notice I tend to leave like some details of me kind of like to the side. It's because of that too, right? It's like I want to keep privacy for my daughters. Want to keep privacy for my wife and friends that are not a part of that kind of thing. And I've never partaken of the lifestyle of being a streamer. Like I don't like show pictures of me in a fake plane or anything. And like, I don't hang out with other streamers. No offense to those guys either. I'm not involved in the whole thing. Like I'm not a I don't make my life to sell out and become a millionaire streaming and that kind of stuff. I know that that's the goal, and I know that that's the goal, and I know that all of this is built for me to do that. I try to fight it constantly, and constantly, literally, like they want you to do this, right? They're gonna give you free air time on YouTube and Twitch and all these other places, like, it's part of the whole process. And so, I don't do that, and there's some other reasons too, like I have like privacy with my wife and kids, and then there's
Netanyahu did say he's not getting into
friends that don't like it. I have other friends that try to like, hey, this guy's like, he's like the guy.
And we need a way
like,
to get nuclear material out of Iran.
I think I was doing a search one day. I think I was the fourth most trusted financial guy on Twitch or something in the world. So
Israel's PM Netanyahu says, "I want to."
That also raised. There's a troll in here earlier or something like that. Like, I'm afraid for my wife and children's safety sometimes. Like, I don't want to be swatted. I don't want police showing up to my home. I have fucking two children that live with me, babies. These are young women, and I'm always afraid of that stuff too. Like, I was like a streamer and I was single. Maybe I guess I could fall into the streamer trap or something. But I have a whole life, like literally, like fucking crazy ass life. Raising kids sucks. I mean, it's great, but it's like, 24 hours a day. 2 hours of sleep a night, not 2. I sleep like 4 hours a night, but it never fucking ends. It's constant. So anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is I'm free on Thursday during the day. All day long, I can get a drink. I can go out to eat. We can chat. You can show me anything you want in New York City. And I'm probably free on Monday. I'm still there in New York on Monday, and I don't leave until late. I didn't get my ticket for New York City. I was going to pass on it. And then when I got my tickets, I don't like to fly direct. I like fucking flying business class. When I got my tickets, the only direct flights I could get that were not booked up for what I wanted were like fucked up times to fly, like red eye kind of shit. So, on Monday, I'm available too all day long. And my wife will be there. If that's a problem for you, that's fine. If not, just be aware that she'll be there with me, just making sure everything is fine. And doing the logistics for all this kind of stuff. Because this is all not normal for me. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, last time I did a meetup, people were like, I want to trade. I'm like, I don't want to trade. I don't want nothing to do with trading. I'm on vacation. I want to meet with you guys and find out what you're doing. Like, touch grass, scroll grass, meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. And then let's hang out and become friends so that we can trade in the future or something. So I'm always like, I'm not apprehensive. Just like, just make it easy. If we're gonna meet or stuff, something like that, just make it nice and easy. And if you want to meet up in New York, I'll be there. And if I have any free time in between those two time periods, like Thursday and Monday, I will say something. I'll get your phone number and stuff, and I'll be like, hey man, I got like 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, something like that, and we can meet up real quick or something. The only thing that I would say to you is this: don't fucking drive to New York City. I've had people drive to New York City to meet me, and other places too. Don't do that. Like, don't go out of your way to meet me. I'll come find you at some point. Don't do that shit. Like, I'm just normal. I put my pants on, I put my pants off, take a shit like you take a shit. Just normal guy.
On the prior draw of 2.107 million.
Don't go out of your way to meet me. I'll come fucking meet you. If you're that hard, like, I really want to meet you, tell me. I'll just fucking fly and come meet you. And I'm not that guy too when it comes to like I have a lot of women here that know me. If you ask any woman in our group or around, I've never like DM'd them and said, come look at my feet pics or anything, or any of that kind of shit. So I'm like safe to be around. If you're like, hey, I really want to meet you or something, I have no problem coming to see you from near where you live or something like that. Yeah, just like easy, normal human being. Does not like fame. Don't want nothing to do with it. Literally. Don't want zero. D-list celebrity shit. I don't want anything to do with it. My own kids. like my two children, right? The two that you've kind of seen. I always make fun, like I self-depreciate myself to my kids. I'm like, your dad's a D-list celebrity. It's terrible. I'm sorry. And they fucking laugh at me. So just nice and easy. Make it nice and easy. I'm not that guy. I know that people are like that though. You're like I want to meet this guy, I want to meet that guy, and meet this. Don't do that with me. Just chill. I'll hang out with you all you want. I'm an easy guy to get along with. And the other thing too is you got to remember that this is my persona on streaming. Even my shirt, like I wear this, I consider this like a uniform. I try to wear a black shirt. That's not how I am in normal life. In like normal life, I dress well. I'm really easy to get along with. I'm always happy, like always. Like, people are like, oh, he's all angry on the show. I'm like, no, dude, I'm just like fucking. I stream too much. You guys see me here so many fucking hours that like you're gonna catch me in the wrong time, right? I just had to pay this bill. I just had this happen. I just had this other thing happen. That kind of stuff. But in like normal outside life, if you've ever met me, you know I'm easygoing guy and life is good. So if you like that kind of stuff, you're like an easygoing life. You make the right decisions. You go to work, you make money in the stock market, or even if you don't and just have a good life, I have no problems meeting you. Would love to meet you. Let's watch this closely here. Still have this like bullshit going on over here. I want to watch this one down here and see this, whether this is right now at 10:30 or if we pop up here and then come down to 1:30 and it's time to pick it up or something. Just be cool. Don't do nothing in here. Don't do anything. You want to take one trade that prints every time, right? I should fucking break up. You know what I should do? Let me see if I can get, I should put together my trades. Or at least like maybe I don't know, month of them or so. So I can show you guys what I'm talking about. I want to show you guys how you trade with 7 wins out of 10. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as you think it is. You're overthinking it. If you literally just wait with me every day till I tell you to go long or short or something, you're going to be much better off. I used to show my fucking trades. I don't show them anymore. I had someone break into my brokerage. One time I posted every trade for a year on Twitter. That's true. And I quickly got a DM from someone that said, take that shit off the internet right now. And he was right. Not too long after that, I had my brokerage broken into. Maybe I can like cut and paste them or something. I don't know. Well, if you cut and paste them, then you can kind of fudge them. You can fucking fudge all this shit if you really want to. So, I think a lot of people fudge that shit. I'll have to try to figure something out. Let's watch this closely here. Put that back over there.
So we have put out the article by CNBC for the.
Then I am looking for something to somehow start turning up over here.
So we're now 5 minutes away from the bottom of the hour where we get the weekly EIA inventories numbers. Crude oil inventories forecast a draw of 3.05 million on the prior draw of 3.327 million. The range sees a draw of 2 million to a draw of 4.789 million. Keep in mind the US API stock.
Dude, what the fuck is with Snap, man?
Expected draw of 6 million on estimates of around 3. Gasoline inventories forecast a draw of 2.45 million on the prior.
I'm almost out of all my shitcos.
Distillate inventories forecast a draw of 1.95 million on the prior draw of 2.107 million. Crude Cushing inventories, the prior was a draw of 2.794.
God damn. I've been long fucking Snap now forever. I want that big breakout to like 10, 15 bucks and I haven't seen it yet. And I got Surge too. I got the piece of shit Surge. Surge pays my ass. That one's going to sit in my account too. That's why I fucking hate options on these shitcos. What do we got here? Today, where's 3rd, 4th, 5th? We're looking for, I would say I'm looking for a print on the 12th, which is Friday. I said Wednesday, but because of this month, I think we can rip up there and then roll over into the 12th. That's 9 days to expiry. What do we got going on here for calls? 762s are 359. That's a nice trade. What is the delta on that? 762 is 0.36 delta. It's not bad. That's kind of right where that's kind of the sweet spot right there.
It's not over in Iran, but they are weakened. So again, Netanyahu saying it's not over.
It's a nice little buy flow right here. 10. See if the 1030 people come in and buy this up. And I'll take this trade with you and I'll hold it until next week. We're trying to close this on Sunday, Monday, Friday, or Wednesday of next week. If we have to, we'll hold it into the following week. We can even look farther out in time, too. We could also get a 2-week call, and that way we don't have to worry about it being just directly in the money and at 20 cents or something, 50 cents. Like the 762, you're either going to have to sell out of it before we ever get to the expiry on an upstroke, or we have to be way higher than 762, but I don't think we get above 762. I think we're going to put in the 762 and then come back for the monthly check back on May. You could always run some 0 dates for just today if you wanted. Could do that too. What do we got for today? This is why I hate fucking weeklies. Like, I'll take them, but you're waiting all week long for a print. What's today doing?
With the EIA crude oil inventories.
0 dates. What do we got up there? 758's looking fucking juicy. 77 cents on that fucking thing. Quick old 10-pack of 758s for 12 p.m. Got a nice little pumperoonie going over here. See if we can do this one right here. And I can't guarantee we're going to get the fifth wave up here, but let's see if we can just move this over for a minute.
10 seconds. CNBC reports that OpenAI's Altman will meet with Jeffries on the Hill today. Crude, a draw of 7.974 million. A draw.
Move that back over here in a minute.
4 million, deeper than the expected draw of 3.05 million. Gasoline, a build of 3.364 million. That's a build of 3.364 million, higher than the expected draw of 2.45 million. Crude Cushing inventories were a draw of 0.58.
Where's 12?
Draw of 0.583 million, and distillate inventories a build of
1.30 right there.
Build of 1.5 million, which is less than the expected draw of 1.95 million.
Bitcoin fear is maxing right now. Fear and greed index is neutral. Why is crypto fear so high right now? I can see why they think it's high. They're wrong. This is where you should be buying crypto. They have Bitcoin. Let me just look at this really quick and check. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I can see where they think it's going down here.
We have posted the EIA weekly
But I think they're
report
wrong.
on the feed for those interested.
You're in accumulation on a monthly, or you're coming into accumulation on a monthly here. This is where you should be buying crypto, basically. Let me check it here in the background. Yeah, we're going to talk about this really quick.
Israel's PM Netanyahu says Israel and US.
So this is Bitcoin. I'm just watching them say that Bitcoin is bearish here, and it's not. I want you to see this dip down here. See this dip down here?
And Netanyahu adds that I'll leave it to Trump if military escalation is needed.
We're coming into that same area right here. And we're at the beginning of accumulation on a quarterly basis and the beginning of accumulation on a monthly basis. And we've been accumulating on a weekly right here. And this daily is coming into a bottom. So I want you to know that this is literally almost the same as this. And I'm going to show you exactly what took place.
So
Rampo fucking Rama to a moon. Next one, Rampo Rama to a moon. And we're now coming into this right now. So what you should be expecting on this quarterly is some kind of a bottom down here, and then Rampo Rama into the end of the year. It should be like something like this.
Opening the Strait of Hormuz is possible militarily.
I'm reading a bunch of stuff right now about how bearish it is, but it's not bearish right now. It's extremely bullish. Crypto is. And I'm reading some here saying that the bulls are scared. You should not be fucking scared here as a bull on Bitcoin. This is when you're accumulating.
Crude futures
Do the opposite of what they're telling you right now. Fear and greed at 11 on Bitcoin right now. That's insane. Push this higher now. Oh, leave that one right there.
Israel's PM Netanyahu says Trump is weighing many options, and we talk once every 2 days.
Got a new high by a penny there. I should have just fucking got calls there, even if it goes down for next week or something. I mean, what's 754 and 750? It's like not going to matter next week.
So U.S. petroleum inventories dropped to their lowest since May of 2025. The IEA also reports that U.S. crude stockpiles in the SPR fell in the latest week to the lowest since January of 2024.
Remember that I am looking for this to fail and come back down.
Israel's PM Netanyahu says Iran has not yet agreed to getting nuclear material out, but there is pressure building.
You know, I'm agreeing with Netanyahu in this. He just said Iran's playing with fire. Opening the Strait of Hormuz is possible militarily. I agree with that. And they're setting this whole thing up so that Iran will take the easy route, and if they don't take the easy route, the hard route's going to be even easier because of the time they've had to set it up. Iran's given too much time to whatever that coalition is to come after them. Just looking for something like this. You get the leg here. Want to see something like this, something like this, back down again, and then you get you get it right there, right? See it? Something like this. Wing on wing, then we can get out of here to the upside, potentially. That wall's still there. We got to fight through that bullshit. It's like some Charlie McGilligot cell action up here. Hold on here, guys. Remember, just waiting for this. Oh, we already did it. We already did the 1030 thing. We're good. They're buyers. See that? They don't give a fuck. His asshole. Look at it. They bought this, bought that. And you're going to likely come in and find more buyers down here at 12.
Treasury Secretary Bessent says we have a spending and a growth problem. Possibility of sub 4% deficit.
Selling doom in June. I love it. Love selling doom in June. Oh, it's bad month, June. June returns, worst returns of the year, bro. Until they fucking slam this fucker right up your ass into the end of the month. Big vertical green bars. I know this is pretty good for today, but you know why is it good for today? Because of option expiry. Yeah, like a middle week option expiry. Like if everyone's putting weekly puts on and they don't print them, and then they print them on Wednesday right at the bell or something. Like that's all this is, right? Probably, if I had to guess. Burned puts that are printing today. Maybe you get like one more downstroke into the close or something. Yeah, good to see you guys all here. I couldn't get on stream yesterday. I was being whipsawed back and forth to go to New York. So I got my wife coming with me though. I'm happy for that. Got the kids are all squared away. I got kids going on vacation. I got a wife who's got nothing better to do. Who doesn't want to be around me? And I'm like, you gotta come with daddy. Come hang out with your old man. I got her a nice haircut. Got my wife a haircut. What else? She's gonna look pretty and beautiful and all that. I gotta ask her if she's got, like, go to New York City. Like we dress. It's weird. Like we dress. For a long time, I dressed like mountain casual. You know, like living in the West and stuff. And then I moved to Detroit, and I tried to like round out my outfits to represent the Midwest. A little bit different weather here, so like I do like the layers and the wools and you know, kind of like that what is that, Stormy Cromer? I haven't even looked it up yet. Stormy Cromer look maybe. And I used to live in New York a long time ago, and I was always like Manhattan black. I always just wore Manhattan black everywhere. You know, everything was like very subdued. With like a cool piece on or something. And then I haven't lived in New York though for a long time, so Try to like wear clothes that blend in New York. And I don't know if my wife has anything to blend in New York anymore. I'll have to ask her. Maybe I'll take her out today to get her some clothes. Maybe I'll send her out without me today. Give me a second. Do you want to hear me ask her? I will. I have another office like across the hallway in another room. You want to hear me ask her? You probably don't want to hear me ask her, but she's probably going to yell at me and be like, no. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just going to ask her.
Treasury Secretary Bessent says, I met with big large language model labs in San Francisco on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think she's here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hang tight, guys. Hold on a second here. So you guys got to take care of them women. Grab my wallet or something and take one of Daddy's cards and get anything you like. Why don't you go out today with like daughter number 1 or something? Take her 2 or something, or take daughter number 2. My youngest daughter took a sick day this morning. You know why, right? Because she got all those awards yesterday. She's like, oh, I'm feeling sick today. I'm like, oh, you are? Is it what we call it, a mental health day? Okay. Grab mental health day, girl, and see if she wants to go with you. Okay. See, that's how you do it. I'll tell you what, if you're a man, right, and you're trying to date a woman, the only thing you need to do, like, they all think you're a wolf. So if they can trust you, they won't divorce you. Otherwise, they're going to divorce you. So, if you just like never be a wolf to a woman ever, and I mean never, no matter how angry you get, never, ever, 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 ever. It's the one thing you don't do. Just walk away, leave, do anything you need to do. And the second thing that you do for a woman is that you dedicate your life to their betterment. And if you do that, they won't divorce you, usually. Agreed, Daddy Powell. You know what I think it is too, Daddy Powell? I think that I was my oldest daughter. So both daughters are here because yesterday we did this big thing with the youngest, right? Trying to celebrate all of her hard work. My kid put us in a fuck ton of work. So I got like all the girls here right now, right? And I was just having a conversation with my my oldest this morning. And we were chatting it up this morning, and she goes to a gym with my wife's friend. She doesn't work out of college. Her and my wife's friend meet up, and they go to the gym. And my oldest I was talking to my oldest this morning about like things that my dad tried to teach me, but I didn't listen to. Specifically, those things. Like one of those things when I was young was I didn't know the extent of the rat race. I never put any value in it. I always just cared about what I was doing. That served me well in life, but I wasn't aware, at least, that there were people trying to climb over me, and they would do anything they could to I don't know, win the corporate race or something. But I never understood that was a real thing, and it was to my detriment at times where I trusted a lot of people where I shouldn't have. I could trust them, but noting that my peers are more than likely trying to step over me in my work life, right, for what I chose to do for work. So I was talking to her this morning, and she was telling me that men are always trying to pick her up at the gym, and I think that plays a role into women, how smart they are, I guess. I don't think I think men go through a different experience oftentimes, or we're pigeonholed into this experience. But like, it's kind of like if you're a man and you were to just wear like an outfit to look like a woman, to present as a woman, and then like go around and do your thing in a course of a day, and it's shocking how many men like are leering or are always, you know, like, you're nice to a man, and the man takes that as a sign that you want to have sex with them. And a woman doesn't want that. They just want to be having a good time and a good day, you know, enjoy their day and shit like that. And it's almost like it's opening a door to, oh, this woman was nice to me. She wants to fuck my brains out, and that's not true. So I was just talking to her this morning about it, and I was like, you know, I could tell you another one that my dad taught me, which was that you don't shit where you eat. And I was like, you know, some guy picks you up in a gym. Number one, he's probably there because his girlfriend broke up with him, his wife broke up with him, and I was like, when guys talk to each other and they go through a breakup. I saw my oldest daughter this morning. I'm like, when a man goes through a breakup, his guy friends tell him to go work out, and it helps with depression, helps with a bunch of different stuff. And it helps you, right, to present yourself to pick up a woman or whatever, or a guy or whatever it is you do. And I was talking to her about that this morning, and I was like, look, like, number one, those guys are in there because they've probably been dumped. I was like, so they're already upset and whatever, and trying to work out to look better and feel better and that kind of stuff. I'm like, number two, more importantly, what if that guy is not the guy you want to date at some point, and now you might have something awkward going on, and now you can't work out in your favorite place to work out? I was like, so don't ever shit where you eat. You know, like, you really want to like keep your place that you work out, your place that you fucking work out, the place you go to school, you want to fucking keep as your place you go to school. Place you go to fucking work, you want to keep as a place you go to work, any of that normal stuff, so that it doesn't ever blow up, or you're uncomfortable and stuff like that. And Powell, Daddy Powell, I'm with you on that. Like, I think that I think if more men went through the women experience, or maybe even more women went through the men experience too, because we get pigeonholed in these weird things where like men don't have feelings, fuck your mental health, and don't tell anyone you're upset and all that other stuff. So I think we both, men and women, have, you know, like their own things they gotta go through, but trying to like at least sit there from a woman's perspective is my point in this scenario. Anyways, I told my daughter this morning, I was like, don't date men at the fucking I was like, don't date men at the workout place. I was like, just leave those guys alone. Tell them to leave you alone. Go work out. If you want to pick up a guy, go to like a fucking coffee shop or a fucking museum, or go to like anything where you're doing something. And like, if you're like going out there dancing, like my oldest is learning like a not line, I don't know, like classical dancing. Like, meet a guy there, you know, or meet a guy out dancing when you're after the lesson is done at some dance club or something. I was like, or, you know, you figure out something that's not associated with the things that you enjoy in your own time. Now we're rolling a little bit early here. Let's see if we can hold this low and see if we can buy it.
U.S. Secretary of State Rubio says U.S. forces are protecting.
Looks like they still have some kind of block up here from going higher too. You can see it above. They're taking a hissy fit into the end of Wednesday. I got puts on, bro, and I need them to print. They're dying at 4 p.m. And I'll just watch this closely here. Remember that today we're trying to put on a trade long for next week, trying to find the low until about the 12th or so. 8th, 10th, 11th, 12th, roll it over, and then at right around the 12th, start rolling it down again and back test the monthly low. And then if we can successfully back test that, we should be nice and fat and green with up 1% or so. On average, June, I think, returns 1% from the prior month. So if we can get that for the end of the month, and ride this shit right up into the middle of July, and then start rolling over into the fall. A nice bottom right there, like that. Trying to get up and out and out of here. The upside.
Responding to Hummer's transits with regional attacks.
This is where they're saying stocks fell as bond yields rose on concerns that an escalation of hostilities between the U.S. and Iran. That's false. Yields are going up to combat inflation. And that inflation is natural, not the Strait of Hormuz. Hold on here. Yeah, they're just telling fucking lies everywhere right now. Hey, kitty. How are you? Were you on the top of the chair earlier or in the start of the show? What are you doing up there? What's up, Mrs. Frisky? Hello, Mrs. Paws. What are you doing? Is nobody here? Nobody loves you right now?
Besant says inflation is going to be a short-term blip.
7590 for today. Let's take a look at this together here really quick. We've got our gamma for the day, 0 dates. Got a pin here at 7590. That's where we are right now currently. Right above it. Parked right here. Hi, kitty. I love you too. I know you're giving me the paw. You want me to do stuff for you? I don't know. There's a lot of people here right now. This is the 7590 right here. Cat, please don't claw me like that. 7590 right here. There's another one over here you want to pay attention to. This is 7500, and this one right here. Please don't do that. You're hurting me. This is 7525 down here. 7525. This is bottom of the market here. Hold on, I'm getting attacked right now. No, here you go, honey. Let's look at that one. 75 is 100, 7525, and then 7590. On one date for tomorrow. Ooh, 7625. Woohoo. 7540 over here. Maybe want to keep an eye on this one too. 7500 down here. Let's go to 2 dates. 7625. 7400 down here is probably where the fear is coming in for early week. And then up here, you got this pin up here. 74, 7500. Then 3 dates. Oh, you guys are buying puts, huh? Oh, this is that same area, 7450. And 7650 up here. And we're trading 75, 78 right now. This is the first spot. So they want to get us down to, let's look at this together. Right. This was from Monday. They really are trying to get us down here to this like 750, 752, somewhere in here. You can see they took a shot at it here. They took a shot at it here. They took a shot at it here. They really, really, really want to get, we're so close though. Look at how close that is. The low, 7562. And we're not too far away from that turn. And this is I believe that's Tuesday up here for 6-2. Should be up there a little bit more. Does that look right? And they're pissed right now. You see that, right? They're not getting the lows. They tried it here. You can see they failed to get it here to break it down. They popped it up again. They popped it up again. And like they're not here. They're not here. And even this one right here is still higher high. They're just not getting the follow through. The seller. And you can see they're just buying it. See this right here? Like they're still just buying right here, absorbing this in here, absorbing this, absorbing this. This is Friday, I believe. Not even Friday. This is like June. You know, like let's look at this really quick. This is June 1st. Backtesting the month successfully. Backtesting Friday too, right? There's Friday right here. Backtesting that successfully. This is Thursday. And even down here, you know, I don't know what they're wanting down here, but this is all still very bullish. Even if we're to trade this 750 down here. Even if we trade this 745, doesn't matter. It's all bullish. It's all up. Worst case scenario, middle of June is this. Worst case. And that just fills a gap for May. And I don't even know if you can get there. You might not be able to even get there. You see these buyers here, they just don't give a fuck. What they're going to wind up doing here, what they could do is not seeing the lows you want, rip your face off up here, right? Come down here, and even this is good enough for June. And then all of a sudden it's fucking mooning into like the end of June up, or end of June, end of the month, and then July. Should be huge. Yeah, I'm with you, Daddy Pow. Don't get me wrong, man. I want the low too. I'm with you, Pow. Like if they want to give us 50, I'm down. Like I'm totally down for it. My only problem with it going that low is that my only like hesitation on going to 50 is that they don't fucking care. Like if you look at this past week or two, it's been buy every dip. It's been like an operation of like any low, buy it for the June, July print. And people just don't give a fuck. Leave this one right here. This is all due to inflation, in my view. You must have exposure to outrun inflation. You don't have a choice. These are your two best months to do it. Of the entire fucking year. This is about it. You could argue December used to be the biggest print of the year, but too many assholes getting long for December print, and then they don't print it until fucking March, April, and stuff like that. Still just kind of parked around in here. Boy, they really want that print down there, right? They're angry. Makes you wonder if they're going to get the low on 50 at the bell today. It's not far away. This low right here is 754. What is a 1% down move on the day, too? Let's look at that. Or where are we at? If we can put in a 1% down day, I'd be happy with that, too. Where are we at? We're at 0.43% right now. We'd have to go to 51. No, 53, right? Right there. That's 1% down right there. So even if we go down here, there's the 751. That's the 751 downside right here. You can see it right there, 751. That would be a 1% down move on the day. That's not what the Bears want. They want a 2%er. You guys don't know all that, right? They want like down 1% on the opening bell and then put in another 1% into the close. You know why they're doing that? They want to create a spot down, vol up scenario.
holding talks with
They're
the
trying to
US,
crash the
aiming at
market.
supporting the Lebanese position to prepare the ground for an Israeli withdrawal and the deployment of the Lebanese
They're
army in the
stinky.
area. This is according to American sources.
I don't know why
cited by
they're
the
stinky
Lebanese
either.
General
I don't
Al-Zayed.
understand the stinkiness. Like, I wouldn't be stinky. If I was a seller, I'd be hibernating right now. Come back in the fall, make it easy. Or midsummer. Like, come back in like mid-July and slam the sell button. Get y'all fared up on rate cut or rate hike, excuse me. We're past 11 now. Or does this turn into something where it's like we're trying to escape here and then 2:30 rolls around, we're up here and they're slamming us down one more time for VIX fuckery into the close? You got me. I'm gonna put my calls on for next week now. We could take some puts in that scenario too.
The Canadian dollar weakened spot 3% to an 8-week low against the US dollar.
Can't believe the krona. I was looking at the kroner the kroner, Sweden. It's like 10-1 or something for the dollar. Scandinavia, man. All this over here. Where's 11:30? Right there's 11:30. It's about the window that you have there. Why do I have these lines in here? Oh, there you go. That's why. There's the Tuesday low. There's the
Russia's
Monday
Salt
low.
Oil refinery has halted operations since May 31st.
It's also the
following an
Friday
drone
low.
attack.
Whoop. Out there, right about there. Don't do nothing in here. Just hang out. If I put on a trade for next week, I'll let you know. I haven't done it yet. Did not buy any calls here. I'll show you something else here too, just to give you some perspective. This was the prior. This is the prior Wednesday right here. You see how we're just swooping down. This is last Wednesday. Same shit, right? Sell it down at the bottom. Don't take out Thursday, Friday. And then rip faces off to the upside. We just want to see if we can do that same thing again. Something similar. Or did I show you the wrong one? I might have showed you the wrong one. Did I show you the right one? Hold on, let me just check. Because you can see the trickiness of it in here. This was last Wednesday right here. We slammed up into the bell, put in a new low, and then by the opening price is right here. And then it's Ramp-O-Rama. Ramp, 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 ramp. Take all their stops. Just got to make sure we hold this in here on today. And you can see they actually tried to take out the this one right here, failed to do it, and then up and away. It's just a matter of being patient here. I actually put the low in on we put the low in at 115. So by 1 p.m. we put the low in, and then it was off to the races to the upside, going vertical. So look right around 1. Looks like on last Wednesday we sold at 1250. Excuse me. We ramped up. Here, we'll for shits and giggles, we'll see how close we are to this. I don't like the time thing. I know you get time here, but I don't like time and looking at patterns. But we'll look at it like this. And they put the low in here at 130. I don't think we follow this, but we'll watch it. I think it'd be fascinating to watch and see. It's the same. It's right here. And then last week, what we did was we ramped this bell right here. We actually took this fucker out right here. Right to there. This actually gets held in right here. And then at 1:30 we ramped to the close and then up and away, but we'll watch it and see how it performs versus that. You know that they're going to take a shot at it here. Come on, quick second. I want to check on my wife really quick before she leaves. Give me just 5 minutes. One other thing that to remember that Wednesday decides, it should say this to you. Wednesday decides if we have a green week usually. Usually Wednesday, like we decide if we're going to have a green week or if we're going to have a red week. I'll be back with you guys in just a minute here.
The German 10-year yield rises 5 basis points to 3.03%, the highest level since May 22nd. Besant says, I do intend to pursue a deficit ratio of 3 point something.
I'm here, guys. I am here. Just had to go talk to my wife really quick. This thing down here. I'm reading Besant right now. He's chatting. Besant said, we have a spending and a growth problem. I agree with that statement. He says, we have a spending and a growth problem. We do. I wonder if he tells people, is Besant, I got to see if I can listen to him speaking right now. He's telling the truth there. We do have a spending and a growth problem. But what he's not telling you is that they're going to use the growth problem to pay off the spending. I want to see if I can see if he's live here. I can listen to him. He's being honest right now.
Healthy skepticism. There's a reason we don't.
This is Besant live.
Economy, but from time to time, you need to deviate from the catechism. At a time, you need to
just mute. Let me just mute. Play back this faster here to get up to
economics. Identified shipbuilding is the one industry that a maritime nation cannot be allowed to have offshore. So you and several other members of the cabinet, Mr. Secretary, have highlighted this need to restore our maritime industrial base. But we know we can't do it without giving the President of the United States additional authorities, resources, and authorities he needs. And that is why Congress, in a bipartisan way, needs to pass the Ships for America Act and pass it now. Mr. Secretary, how are you thinking about these issues?
Spend, baby, spend, baby.
With Congress to start building ships in America again.
Remember,
Senator,
the party of fiscal waste, or the fiscally responsible party, wants to keep the deficit going. You want to hear that if you're a bull.
talked about the critical industries that we needed to restore, and top of mind there was the shipbuilding industry, and as a
Right? The debt, dude.
is the reservoir of knowledge that we have.
Conservatives right now hand-wringing.
That's exactly it. We literally don't have, because of cheerful scenario planning in the future, we haven't thought through how we're going to repair all our Navy vessels, and if necessary, build new Navy vessels in a time of a long war scenario. Long war is a war that might exceed just a couple of months. So it's an acute issue. I agree with you.
Oh yeah, Mr. Young.
Senator, we look forward to working with you to connect industrial capacity,
Oh yeah.
resilience, and we want to work with you and your team.
We need to we just control spending. But I need a bunch of money for the boats.
Quickly to China's advantage as it relates to critical minerals, not just as it relates to the supply.
Ask them about the Zumwalt destroyer. I don't know if they did yet. What about that Zumwalt we paid for?
Israeli chief of staff
They absorb
over the
losses.
hyperbase and
They
says there is no
create all this
ceasefire in Lebanon for our
uncertainty,
forces.
that keeps private capital from financing U.S. or allied
Oh yeah.
projects. And I've
That's not happening, by the way.
to help
We are building factories right now. Or we already did build the factories. We already built the fucking machinery.
designed to create a strategic
And I'm for shipbuilding, by the way. Super for it. Like I'm for it. Don't get me wrong.
It would employ tools
But I just find it funny that these guys are like, don't spend any money, but we're going to talk about raising the debt again right now.
contracts for differences and partner country co-investment. So all these different financial tools. But the goal is, of course, not to compete with or replace private capital. It's to create enough price stability and demand certainty to build domestic and trusted partners.
I got to hear Besant on this because he just said something that is fucking perfect. We have a spending and a growth problem.
So, Mr. Secretary,
We can't fucking.
The new US copper.
We can't stop the growth to not pay down the spend until it breaks.
with a financing mechanism like the Strategic Resilience
Besant
Reserve
says we're focused
to
on
make the
China
capacity
predatory
we
pricing,
need
legacy, and
commercially
minerals.
viable.
So through Exim Bank, we are working on Project Vault to do much of what you were talking about. And it is critical to have critical minerals. And as you said, the predatory pricing that China has done for 25, 30 years.
100%. Agree with that.
Critical minerals is
Agree with all of that.
industries that we're focused on.
Well, my hope would be that I can work with you to give more legal certainty to that very important project, Project Volt, you're working on, so that after the Trump administration leaves, which will just be in a couple of years,
Uh-oh.
legacy of enduring law and operations, so that we've
That sounds like some kind of fucking.
our critical minerals vulnerability. Might I work with you on that effort?
We look forward to working with you, Senator, and it is a priority.
I bet you that conversation Young's having behind the scenes is not that conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
He's like, he's almost gone. We can start getting the power, the power vacuum. We can start sucking out all the power. Once Trump is gone, it's my turn.
You want to go with him? Senator Daines.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Secretary Besant, it's good to have you here this morning.
Good to see you, Senator.
Grateful for all you are doing. A steady hand of wisdom there in the West Wing as you are working and solving some of our
What are you talking about? The steady hand of wisdom is Trump, bro.
and appreciate you being here today.
That guy needs fired.
By emphasizing how pleased I was.
Stay to the party line, bro.
I saw the IRS's settlement offer for taxpayers involved with conservation easement.
You can kind of hear it in their voices. They're all waiting for the midterms so they can start power brokering.
On the abusive syndicated conservation easements that falsely were claiming a charitable donation solely to turn a profit. And I'm an avid outdoorsman, guy from Montana, protecting our farmers and ranchers and championing conservation is one of my
The US
biggest
gives the
priorities
EU, UK,
as a
and South
representative
Korea,
of
as
the
well as
state of
others, a
Montana here
cutout
the past
from metal
13
tariffs.
years. I know this is a shared priority for you in this administration, which is why I commend you for your help in implementing and enforcing this settlement. So it's a thank you.
Good. Thank you.
I also want to thank you for your hard work as we worked together over much of the last year on the Working Family Tax Cuts Act that was passed and signed into law. We're seeing some great results in Montana. In fact, Montana has received an average nearly $3,600 tax cut on their tax return this year. And about 105,000 Montana small businesses will benefit from permanent tax relief through that 20% pass-through deduction. And as we know, the pass-through side of the equation actually supports more jobs than the C-Corps side. So we did something here that's going to be helpful to create more jobs and, importantly, job growth and income growth here for so many American people.
And Senator, I have very clear recollection of you in the cabinet room expressing to myself, White House staff, the president, the need for permanence. So I think that will be one of your great lasting achievements once you retire.
Well, Secretary Besant, thank you. And I know we both knew that permanence was an important part of the equation to remove the uncertainty that is oftentimes found in the tax code with expiring tax provisions. And there's enough uncertainty on Capitol Hill, sadly, that happens because of whether it's overreach in regulations or uncertain tax policies. But to take that off the table, I think was one of the great achievements that we faced. But thank you for your kind words. And I do think that we're going to see the benefits of this bill for many years to come. on Capitol Hill, anytime we pass something that's 800 pages plus in length, usually the more you dig into something, the worse it gets, oftentimes with big pork barrel spending bills. In this case, the more you dig into that working family tax cut bill, the better it gets.
Sir, the statistics are unbelievable. And we saw at the IRS that 61 million filers, they filed for at least one of the signature policies, and we are seeing an industrial renaissance because of the immediate expensing for equipment, factories, and farm structures.
Well, it's music to our ears. It's what we predicted would happen. You put that kind of incentive structure in place. And I also believe, as we think about our China strategy, having that 100% expensing and the R&D investment to incentivize innovation will be another lasting legacy.
Yeah, we're going to stall all day long.
Over the course of last year.
Yeah, we can't pull out from this until probably end of the day.
Open
Or closer to end of the day.
how passing that largest tax cut, or said another way, preventing a
It's option expired, midweek option expiry.
why by making it permanent,
These bears want a goddamn print.
the American taxpayer.
I closed mine like right here. Somewhere in here.
I believe that
I think right here I closed mine.
giving great certainty, whether it's to households, small business, or large business, that provides for them to create capital stock, capital spending, and increase productivity. And increased productivity is what leads to higher standards of living across the country.
Last question I have is on in digital assets.
Some of the stuff about the better productivity, he could have said that better.
Code hasn't kept up. We bear that responsibility now to put a tax
like-
structure in place. I'm taking the lead here on the finance
Productivity should always go up over time just due to technology.
framework that could give us clearer rules for digital asset taxation. Following the passage of the Genius Act, digital assets are becoming more integrated in our financial system, and I believe are going to play a growing role in our economy and the potential to keep driving investment in the United States. The numbers speak for themselves. The total crypto
You mean you want to be able to stop people from spending money, right?
for the first
You don't like people having dollar bills in your pocket, is that what you're saying?
transaction volume
I thought this was all about, who's this guy? What's this guy, Mr. Daniels?
increase from 2024.
I thought that you don't like the dollar bill anymore, Mr. Daniels?
Reached an all-time high, up 20% from last year. I do believe it's important that we provide some clarity as it relates to tax.
You want to be able to seize assets whenever you want?
I'm working
I thought that you guys were the party of freedom and shit. I think the Dems want that too. I think both of them do.
question, if I could.
I don't think they fucking care. I think they just want the control over your money.
Work in digital assets. Will you commit to working with Congress on implementing
I think they both do.
asset taxation legislation?
I think the dollar is
I will commit to that, and tax certainty, as we've seen with
actual hard cash.
is the key to innovation.
Great. Mr. Secretary.
They hate that.
Time of the gentleman's expired. The chairman's returned. Senator Smith.
I always wonder about that too, because if you travel outside of the country, cash is king in a lot of places.
Though I've not been in the room, we have this thing called
Like, how do you not have an actual physical dollar and then travel?
in my office, and many
I don't understand
of my
that.
colleagues have tried to get at this so-called anti-weaponization fund that was created in a settlement with the president after he sued his own IRS for $10 billion. That includes this provision that bars the IRS from auditing or taking any enforcement action on any of the president's tax returns or those of his family. And I understand I've heard you repeat many.
Can you imagine being a president and saying, I don't want to be able to be audited for the rest of my life?
And I want to just associate myself with the points that Senator Whitehouse made, which is that I don't quite understand how we're able to do our
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
responsibilities if we can't ask
Christ.
questions when anything is even in the vicinity of ongoing litigation.
I was talking to somebody last week and I said, or this week, I was talking to fucking, I'm not going to say his name. I was saying that,
Secretary Bessent, did Brian Morrissey...
I was like, they'll probably word this fucking thing in the fine print somewhere deep down. There'll be some wording in there where you can't audit Trump.
he left his position before
if
he
his
resigned.
companies are like passed off to his kids,
Attorney-client privilege, Senator.
like he still quasi owns it, but he doesn't, and then like it extends into his kids, like once he's gone and stuff. Like the, oops, sorry, that except you wrote in that. There's a little byline down here. He still owns the companies even though he's dead. It's the legal framework of it because you know what I mean. It's a corporation that's not really him. He owns it. He's dead now, yes, but it moves it that protection, like
So you should
some kind of horse shit like that.
to Acting Attorney General Blanche.
And, okay, I'm going to come back to that, but do you at least commit to following any and all court decisions regarding the establishment or the administration of this slush fund? Do you see those court decisions as legitimate that you would follow?
We follow the law.
You follow the law, so that would mean that you would follow a court decision. You wouldn't have your own opinion about what the law is. You would follow the decision of the court. Am I understanding you correctly?
We will always follow the law.
You'll follow the decision of the court.
We will follow the law.
That's not what I'm saying. You know, Mr. Secretary, you've said that Acting Attorney General Blanche is representing Treasury and the IRS here. Would you have any, I mean, I'm wondering, Mr. Chair, if maybe the committee should call Acting Attorney General Blanche to appear before our committee if Secretary Besson is unwilling to answer any questions about the IRS, which, as Catherine, my colleague, Senator Cortez Masto, established, is Secretary Besson is overseeing. I don't expect a response to that, Mr. Chair, but I mean, I ask a question just reasonably. How are we going to find answers to these questions if we can't get them from the Secretary?
Well, as the Secretary has said many times, exactly the attorney-client privilege and the relationship they have with Justice Department
I'm aware.
requires him not to answer
So
the
Senator,
question.
you
I'm
asked if
aware.
I would follow the law on a court ruling. I am following the law here, and
Yeah, what I noted, Secretary Besson, is you didn't say that you would follow the court and their interpretation of the law. You said you would follow the law, which is different, as we know, with this administration. But I have just a few minutes, a minute and a half left. I want to get actually to the farm economy. This is something that you and I have discussed many times, starting when you first came into my office. You called yourself a soybean farmer, though I think that Minnesota farmers would differentiate between wealthy landowners who rent their land versus people who actually do the farming. But I can tell you that in Minnesota, Mr. Secretary, a lot of farmers are really feeling the pain. According to the Farm Bureau, farm bankruptcies were up almost 50% this last year. Minnesota has the most farm bankruptcies in the country in the first quarter of 2026. And the Farm Bureau tells us that 6 out of 10 farmers are reporting declining financial situations. So it's rough out there. Fertilizer prices are up, diesel prices are up. Could you just explain to me and to farmers in Minnesota how those increased prices driven by the war in Iran are worth the pain that they are feeling right now?
Senator, do you believe that Iran can have a nuclear weapon?
Mr. Secretary, this is my time to ask you the questions. How do you respond
I'm
to
responding
Minnesota
with
farmers
a
who
question.
cannot afford the fertilizer they need?
Well, I think if you were to look in the dictionary, the definition of a farmer is someone who owns a farm and farms the land. And so as a former farmer, I will tell you that, and maybe you know, that 75% of the fertilizer had already been purchased this year.
That is not what my farmers in Minnesota are telling me, sir. They are telling me.
Yeah, that is what your fucking farmers are telling you in fucking Minnesota. They fucking already have their goddamn feed, and they chose to sell it. Tell them, Besant. I'm a Democrat. I don't like hearing these fucking Democrats make this bullshit up either. I can't stand politics. Like, I can't fucking stand it.
Sure, I will take that back. I will take that back to my producers in Minnesota, that they have somebody.
Yeah, you fucking don't know what you're talking about, lady. That you don't fucking buy fertilizer fucking yep. Fuck off. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you.
She got stinky about that. You guys understand this, right? You buy your feed and your fertilizer before you ever get near a planting.
In a lot of the areas, we worked a lot together.
And then you know what they do when they say, well, we didn't plant anything? They do. I know all about this stuff. So, like, I know all about this stuff. So she's lying. That lady, whoever that was, she's lying. They buy all this shit before.
But I would tell you, fertilizer prices.
And they have choices like they can sell, like, hey, I bought this when it was cheap, and so I'll sell you my feed or my fertilizer or whatever, right? And so you're making the profit you would have made without planting anything.
9% inflation.
Zero. Like,
so there's been tremendous amount.
and then here's where it gets crazier.
Which I appreciate your partnership.
So you're making money off that, right? And then you can let your fucking fields calm down for basically you can plant something or burn your fields. So you're like relaxing your fields for a new planting cycle. So you're making bank and you don't have to plant anything and you're not fucking doing all the equipment wear and tear and the people wear and tear. And then you're giving your fields time to recover.
That have caused
and even if you didn't do that, they still plant shit. Like they will literally still plant, or they'll let, like, I'll give you all kinds of fucking other things. So let's say you're selling all your fertilizer. There'll be like one rancher or farmer in the area. You can actually even rent them your land. So I made the money off the fucking fertilizer, and then I'm planting some kind of wheat, something to graze. And so some other farmer that's bigger, they'll come in and they'll lease your land from you while you're not planting. And they'll run their cattle or whatever they've got out there. Alpaca, doesn't fucking matter. Don't believe any of this shit. I got more to talk about this, what this lady's saying. You got to remember that you live in the United States of America. There's a huge difference between like, how do I explain this? Like,
you've seen some progress.
I'm going to mute some of this for a minute here because they're lying. So, like in COVID, right? During COVID is a good example. There were no ships getting into the United States. Does that make sense? It's like none. Right? That's a different kind of shortage. There is none available. In this oil thing and gas thing, there is oil and gas available. Tons of it. And it can get to the United States, unlike during COVID. Now, the question becomes, who is the person that doesn't get the extra 10 or 20% that's unavailable? That's not here. That's usually, who feels that is usually a third world country. A true third world country will feel that. That 10 or 20% that's no longer available, more than likely they cannot afford to get that commodity or anything. They can't afford it. It's not a question of getting it, so they can't afford it. But in the U.S., they can. And the United States is rich. I know it sucks to hear that, but that is a fucking fact. And because the U.S. is rich, and because you can get that product, or in this case, gas or commodities or whatever, it's still available to be shipped to the U.S. So you have like a difference in shortage. Like is it really a shortage for us? No. Fuel is not a shortage for the U.S. Fertilizer is not a shortage for the U.S. And further from that, if you were to sell your rights to that stuff in the U.S., there is going to be a fucking farmer or a fucking rancher in the U.S. That will grow that product for you. And if it's not in the U.S., if it's in another country, let's say we sold all our fertilizer, and now our fucking beef is being grown or raised in South America, or our corn or something like that. It's just as an example. I'm not saying that's the example. You can still afford to buy that from another country in the U.S. Now, do third world countries get fucked in this situation? Yes. But the U.S., no. They don't. And the U.S. also is in a time period where people have money sloshing around. And they're fucking printing money right now. They're literally fucking printing goddamn dollar bills right now. So you got to be careful with listening to some of these politicians. Like, I don't care what party they're from. They're always like trying to spin, you know? It's like spin, 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 spin.
Grow operations for marijuana and started shipping it literally all over the country. It was a tragic thing to be able to watch what happened to the human trafficking, the labor trafficking, the sex trafficking that these Chinese.
Oh yeah, baby, 130. That's it. So you got to make progress in here. Let's go, boys.
Purchase land and
come on, Southside.
I want to be able to follow up.
Come on, Bears.
On just ways that we can work on following the money of illegal Chinese.
Why are you stalling? Why didn't you break through this one? I mean, this is pretty good, actually. I'll be honest. That's pretty good. That puts you at maybe 51 if you're lucky.
I know you're doing a significant amount of sanctions on.
Mom, Bears.
I want to be able to just follow up on that.
We look forward to working with you on that, Senator.
Thank you.
The Bears need like a nuclear war or something at this point.
Mr. Chairman, so Secretary Bessent, let's start with something.
Uh-oh, I got a duck.
I agree strongly on.
I got to get out of her way.
In support of a trading ban.
Elizabeth Warren's in the house. We got to put your earmuffs on.
I have introduced legislation to do exactly that.
Husband's a fucking stockbroker.
A ban on our trading stock by saying, quote,
We get the Elizabeth Warren red candle right now. Everybody's running from her.
jealous of them.
She yells at us.
Quote, if any private
Husband does the same shit.
the SEC would be knocking on their door. Those are strong words.
Everybody run.
Someone who used to run a hedge fund. Last
Yeah, $7.50 an hour to poop in a field.
latest financial disclosures came
Who
out.
runs for Minister of Iraq?
I told you guys that story years ago, right?
Conducting self-defense strikes on sites the U.S. is permitted to
more than
use
a
to attack
quarter of a
civilian shipping and violate the
billion
ceasefire.
I haven't told that story in fucking years. I'll tell it now. I bet you 3/4 of the people have never heard that story. My poop story. Ugh.
535 members of Congress made last year combined.
Some of you guys remember that story, right? Anybody here remember that story that I got about poop?
Every one of those stocks that the president traded in is directly affected by
I was fucking on a base.
official actions. So, Secretary,
Yeah.
I agree that it is a conflict of interest
35%.
for members of Congress to trade stock.
I was in the army and I was on the edge of an Air Force base,
Trump to trade
on the outside of the perimeter of an Air Force base, and fucking every day
Sitting in the Oval Office, engaging in a high.
I'd like pick up a deuce and a half to go to a chow hall, and
Who was doing that, and I think it's incumbent upon.
it's so terrible.
House in order before you move to the administrative branch.
You think it's okay?
So like every day I'd come, the deuce and a half pick me up, bring me to the chow hall, right?
Wall Street guys. So
And
no
every morning when we would do that, the honey wagon would come to the compound
President Trump
and would
literally
pump all the shitters.
signed the 113
And so
page document.
I'm watching that guy or the pump truck come in every morning. I'm on the deuce and a half, and I'm watching a bunch of fucking rock soldiers run up the street, full battle rat, all that shit.
You're gonna say
And I'm sitting there watching that fucking pumper truck come in, that honey wagon.
States to do that?
I'm going to say this body needs to get its house in order first.
How about we get the White House in order at the same time?
And one morning, and I'm eating in a DFAC that's Air Force, which is dope. Like you go into an Air Force DFAC, and it's like they got everything. They got like saute stations. They got food going everywhere. And I'm eating in this DFAC every day, and it's like always rice with everything. Rice. And there are patties, rice patties outside of this base, like everywhere. Rice patties. Man, they got a bunch of fucking anti-aircraft guns and shit missiles and all this like pointed out at the rice patties, and then a wall of like hills and mountains and shit. And so I'm sitting out in this fucking compound. I'm watching them pump this shit every day. And one morning we're like kind of late. And I'm watching the honey wagon done pumping inside of the compound, and then I see the fucking honey wagon leave the compound, and I'm watching it.
Again,
And
this body wants to.
they won't let us have stink juice in our shitters, and I request it, and they won't give it to me. And I'm like, man, I think they're fucking pumping this fucking shitters, and then they're dumping it outside on the rice patties, and then they're selling us the rice to the base. That's what I'm thinking's going on. So I watch the fucking pumper go out to the fucking rice patties. I'm like, there they are. So they're dumping the shit in the patties. I go into the fucking DFAC with all my guys, and I got my whole fucking squad here, and I'm like, I go right up to the fucking chow mess sergeant, and I go, where does all this rice come from? And he's like, oh, right outside the fucking base. And all I can think to myself is, what kind of fucking diseases are these guys that are with me carrying on them? Like all these guys that I was in the army with, they would go off base and they would, try to go to like a fucking whorehouse and stuff, A lot of these guys couldn't get laid. So they would hit the fucking strip places, and fuck around with women and shit. And they're all carrying fucking diseases. So you don't know, but you kind of guess that they are.
these stock.
Needless to say, I don't think Uncle Ben's does that in the U.S., but I stopped eating rice for like 3 years, like refused. It's like it's all the shit from these soldiers, and they're all feeding each other this shit. Yeah, rice patties.
Why don't we investigate?
There's a word for that too, right? When you use human poop for fertilizer. There's it's called sweet something or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but if you go to a third world country, man,
My house is in.
they just dump the human shit right into the field, and then you eat it right there.
We need stronger anti-corruption rules and conflict.
Yeah, I know it works. I know you only have to heat it up to 160. I get it. I'm not anti using human waste for fertilizer. I'm not against it. I was young, young guy. I was seeing my own shit and piss in the fucking field that I'm eating. the head on that is the head fucking that when you're a kid and you've never seen it before. You're just like, oh my God.
Well, talking about draining the swamp, look, I appreciate what you're doing.
You wouldn't eat that shit either?
You inherited a very troubling record.
My first experience with it, seeing it firsthand, I was like, fuck no. I was like, I'll just starve.
Champion the efforts to turn that around. We saw under the Obama administration, the IRS spent years systematically targeting conservative nonprofits.
I can't believe that. I forgot all about that fucking shit. Until we're talking about fertilizer just now.
IRS continued that same pattern. I think a recent Department of Justice report noted the Biden IRS investigated churches based on what their pastors preached.
Yeah, we gotta wait. We can't pop here. We'll probably wait till like 1:30, and then we'll start running it up, and then we'll leave these fucking bears behind. we gotta wait for the bears right now. They want their time. I told you that on Monday, right? I was like, they're gonna try to sell the Monday high, they're gonna try to sell Tuesday, and they're gonna look for the fucking low on Wednesday. These fucking guys they want death here. They want under 50. They want under 50 today. I'll tell you what they want, the Bears. Like, they want to be under 50 today. They want a red week on Friday. They want to, crash it next week.
Back to other IRS, the Obama IRS. There was
Come on, Bears!
with that. And
Get off the shitter!
we have made it clear that 6103, which
I just need a little bit more time.
privacy must be adhered to.
I want to talk about the tax cuts we were able to pass last year, and you were so helpful in our efforts.
Just give me a few more minutes. I promise I'll finish soon.
We see now with the tax returns this year, over 60 million Americans have claimed at least one of these Republican new tax cuts, neither no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, the senior deduction, refunds are up, paychecks are bigger. I think it's important for families to know all of the things that are in this legislation. You and I have talked about it, but I continue to travel as do other members around our home states, and some people aren't aware of many of the things that are advantaged here. How is the Treasury Department ensuring that families across the country can access everything that this law has to offer them?
So I've traveled across the country, as have many
Fitch
people
ratings say
on my
Germany's
staff.
economy is set to
We
benefit
push
as
out
Europe
to,
raises defense spending.
Members on both sides, the benefits and the breadth and depth of the tax bill, which was passed July 4th. And we're on what I would call a carousel of pushing out the most important parts of the tax bill. For instance, on the school choice, we are working actively with states, red states and blue states, to make sure that dollars can go into those states, either for public, private, or additional tutoring.
I want to ask about an issue of retirement security.
Uh-oh.
About 50 million Americans have no access to a workplace retirement plan. And in Wyoming, that's about 65,000 independent truckers, contractors.
Well, in my mind, all I'm thinking right now is about a bear, talking bear to each other. Oh, we only got till 1:30, dude. We got to get it down there right now.
And in order, it directs you and the Treasury to provide.
We don't have any more time. We got to do it right now. Do it right now. Start dumping.
Federal contributions. Under your leadership, Treasury is working on legislative recommendations to build on this framework to help.
Put in the new low.
What's your vision for helping closing that retirement coverage gap?
We think that these IRAs for independent workers are very important. We are working to finish our guidance on the Trump accounts to get those up and running July 4th. Then we will be all hands on deck for this. And as you've said,
Hey, buddy.
we can see that the anxiety level.
Hey, Henry. What are you doing? Come here. Hey, good boy. You okay, too? All the ladies are leaving you today. Nobody likes you guys.
The building blocks.
They didn't take you with them?
And we are working to.
Oh, you smell. Ooh.
And then a final question.
Hold on here, guys. I gotta.
Continuing the economic pressure on Iran, the president talks about maximum pressure. How does
What'd you get into, bro?
help ensure that Treasury has the tools?
Were you out there licking your balls or something, or what were you doing?
That we have a dedicated staff that has done a fantastic job.
What did you do outside, bro?
Black market and the flow of Iranian, the oil and energy around the globe. We have frozen assets. We are holding those, and we have severely disrupted the Iranian economy and the Iranian war machine. We think that inflation may be over 200%. Their currency has collapsed. We believe that more than 50% of the army is not getting paid.
It's probably true.
Police are not reporting to the police station.
Agreed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
100%. I agree with him on all of this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary.
And what Besson's trying to tell you is that when the police stop showing up and the government stops showing up and the army stops showing up, Iran should collapse into some kind of very destabilizing environment at some point.
North Korea or Hamas be prosecuted?
Yes.
What about laundering money for Mexican drug cartels?
Yes.
Should a person who traded and profited on insider information be prosecuted?
According to the law, they should.
Appreciate that. Mr. Secretary, as a result of President Trump's $10 billion lawsuit, the Department of Justice
Watch out for a squeeze before a roll.
with President Trump by creating a $1.776 billion slush fund to pay for his supporters and criminals. Were you either directly or through your staff asked to sign the original agreement?
Be careful of a squeeze here. You could get a quick low and then another rip, but
Well, congratulations, and you would know that I'm unable to answer.
if they put this thing down here and then it's a rip, and then we don't see that low until
Are you familiar with
later.
what the addendum is?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Are you familiar with this giveaway from the IRS that says President Trump and anyone that knows him or does business with him or part of a business, they get off scot-free? Are you aware of this?
Again, I refer you to Attorney General Blanche.
That's what I was wondering if there's any of that stuff inside of that bill.
The IRS and Treasury are a client of the Department of Justice.
So is that a nice way of saying yes? You're a client, he's your lawyer.
He represents.
You're the secretary. Are you the secretary?
Uh-oh. They got him now. They're grilling him.
Department of Justice.
Scott Bessent, let me ask you this question, sir. Are you the secretary?
In my personal capacity, Tom Blanche is not my attorney.
Correct, sir.
Are
you, sir,
for the
Mr.
U.S.
Secretary,
Treasury?
Scott,
Ruh-roh.
this way. Scott, are you the secretary?
Throw a smoke bomb, Scott, and get out of there.
Appreciate that. The Department of Justice represents the IRS and the Department of Treasury.
Smoke bomb, Bessent. Just like disappear.
This addendum, you're telling me DOJ gave the president this without you knowing about it?
Again, they settle on our
All right,
behalf.
well, that's not how the law works, sir.
Don't answer that question, Scotty.
Behind you, you should see the faces they're making at me behind you. They're all scowling at me.
I think that's a different reason, sir.
Well, for whatever it is, they're. Mr. Secretary, my concern is that this addendum's not been getting a lot of attention. There's colleagues on this panel that think this slush fund is a bunch of bullshit. And they've called out to say, get rid of it.
Yeah, there are even Republicans that are pissed off about this. They're pissed off about the tax thing, too. They're angry. Even Republicans are angry, believe it or not. They're not going to do anything, of course. You stick with your party or whatever.
Lawsuit, sir. These are all the transactions from the president as well. That I'm going to ask you this next question as well. You were bragging to one of my colleagues that you've been sanctioning people doing bad things in America. People that get sanctioned, like Iran or terrorists, they're told not to do business in the United States with partners. Is that your understanding, sir, me as a layman?
It is.
You hold these bad people accountable. I congratulate you for that. So this little giveaway to President Trump and his family.
Oh, shit. Smoke bomb, Bessent. Get out of there.
become part of this addendum? If someone didn't pay their taxes or violated tax law or did bad things, are they told, can't prosecute you, you're good? Everyone going back to...
That's what I was thinking, is fucking friends and family be included.
Senator, do you have specific knowledge that President Trump's being audited?
Sir, I have specific knowledge of this addendum that you don't know a damn thing about. That is for the Department of Treasury that your lawyer at the Department of Justice signed you up for. The reason I'm asking this question is because President Trump's sons signed a deal, as you know, with World Liberty Financial, with a bunch of folks you sanctioned. And now, as part of this, there's an addendum that says President Trump and his kids and anyone affiliated with
shit.
current wives, former wives,
Oh no.
people that just did transactions with him, they're off scot-free. That, you know, that has a new way, a new ring to it, this thing, scot-free, because the Department of Treasury and the IRS is not going to go after him, sir. This is wrong. This is lawless. I hope our colleagues will look at this addendum. If I could offer this into the record, Mr. Chairman, for those that haven't seen it yet.
Without objection.
Come on, man. There's a better way of doing this, sir. That's all we're saying here. So, look, I appreciate it if you don't want to talk about a lawsuit. That's your prerogative to answer that way. But to say that you as a client, as Secretary of the U.S. Treasury, does not know what the Department of Justice is giving away to people, come on, man. That's just not on the up and up, sir. I hope we can do better.
You don't understand the way the protocol works, and we receive advice and accept their settlement.
You're telling me as the Secretary of U.S.
U.S.
Treasury,
Secretary of State
you don't
Rubio
know
repeats
that
that
the
the U.S. is not
President of the
withholding
United
military aid to
States,
Taiwan.
who I
It's under
think you
review.
work for,
It's similar to what he
got a
said in his
sweetheart
testimony
deal
earlier this
from the
week.
Department of Justice, who's your lawyer.
I do know.
You're in line for the presidency, Scott.
I do know that the
Man.
President of the United States and many of his employees had the largest tax leak in history. And
I know. Here's his filing, sir, of all the insider trading. Right here.
Do you want to apologize on behalf of the American government?
Scott, you should apologize to the American people for fleecing them and giving this away to Donald Trump, man. That's what you should do.
Uh-oh.
We can agree to disagree.
Senator Warnock.
Thanks.
That we'll agree on.
All right, good. That guy's done. we don't want any more of him.
I asked the president's nominee to lead the Federal Reserve what I thought was a simple question, but he tried to dodge it. His answer was cute. I'm not sure the American people who are struggling were laughing. So I'll ask you the same question to see if I can get a clearer answer. President Trump has said that his grade of the economy, his words, is a quote, plus, 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 plus.
Plus, 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 plus.
He said this before he sent energy and gas prices soaring with this illegal war.
That's what you should do. Send gas and oil. If you give a time period where you can do it when the economy is good. Yes, I agree. I mean, I don't like Trump, but I'll be honest. If you're going to do some shit like we did, you do it when the economy is good, because it can absorb it.
Our political differences aside, what grade would you give the U.S. economy right now?
Which challenges?
Hot, baby. It's hot. Say that, Besson. Say hot.
Prices would you
Hot as fuck right now.
I'm asking you, what grade would you
U.S.
give
Treasury
the economy?
Secretary.
It's grade HAWT, brah.
Economies in history. We've had 2.6% growth.
So
and core inflation.
Besson said that.
Food inflation since President Trump began is much.
Be great.
They want to disagree.
He can't say that, but it would be great if he did say it.
So you agree with the president? You would give the economy a plus, 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 plus.
I think we have all
From where
It's hot, baby.
all the makings for a very strong economy. I think that we have temporary elevated prices that will come back down.
I got
No, that's a perfect answer, Besson. Good job.
not so bad.
Do not admit to fucking inflation,
A failing
cyclical inflation on this Senate. They don't even know what that is. Don't tell them. Warren might know what that is. Her husband fucking her husband are all, they love the stock market.
Georgia, whom I represent, are struggling. Let me finish. To just make their lives work. And they know President Trump's Iran war and the tariff taxes are only making things worse. Talk to farmers in Georgia. They'll tell you that. But I'm not so sure folks fully grasp the long-term crisis that's also brewing for our children and our grandchildren. Wars do not pay for themselves. And this year, under the Trump administration's economic policies, the $31 trillion.
Come on, sellers, fucking put your back into it.
Says both the US and the EU are committed to
basically the
compliance
first
with their
time
trade
since
agreements.
World-
Time's ticking. Let's go.
To be fair, debt did exceed.
Balls deep, puts down here. Come on, Bears.
As GDP crashed as a result of a once-in-a-century pandemic. The big ugly bill alone will add nearly $5 trillion.
Yeah, tell them. That's true.
Something that I do care about. And I think it matters. I think it's interesting that Republicans talk about it when Democrats are in charge.
We're about to enter inflation like COVID right now. We're like right on the cusp of it.
Scorekeepers in the Congressional Budget Office. It will add $5 trillion to national debt.
And there's nothing they can do about it, really. Like, even if Strait of Hormuz opens, it doesn't matter. Inflation's going to fucking ramp. They can blunt it, but that's about it.
Of the filers who availed themselves on President Trump's signature policies make below $100,000. And if you want to know who is responsible for the American people, you all torched them during the Biden administration. I'm not sure if you were part of that. But we had 21.5%.
Look, Joe Biden has been out of office 2 years, and the fact that you all keep talking about it tells you everything. Sir, I'm asking you a basic question. Do you think that going into debt to extend billionaire tax cuts was a good investment? Yes or no?
I disagree with the categorization of billionaire tax cuts when, in fact, most of the tax cuts went to working Americans.
This is kind of your window here. If you're a seller, this is your window right here. You've only got this this little window here, I think.
Budget office.
If you're looking for like progress to the downside for a red week, this is about it for you here.
Well, you should talk to the people in Georgia. They will tell you, sir, that whatever tax relief you think you gave them was more than taken up by these tariffs. They according to the Yale Budget Lab, the administration's tariffs cost families 3 times as much as they got back in tax cuts. But I don't have to talk to the folks at Yale. I talked to the folks in Georgia. How about the Iran war, which is costing tens of billions of dollars and counting? You previously said we have plenty of money for the war. Wars increase the national debt. Is that spending still a good idea, sir? Yes or no?
Yeah, you want a deficit for a bull market.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Sir, I'm not, sir.
Don't say nuclear weapons. Say you got to have, but just say you got to spend money, baby, to keep this market pumping. Say that, Besant.
I think just as many people historically, when President
wars are good for the economy, sir.
Left office in 2016, sir.
I know, but I'm saying there are many people in this committee who said Iran should never have a nuclear weapon at any cost.
I agree with that. They should not have a nuclear weapon, and they're closer thanks to this administration's policies.
Absolutely
and
not,
the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. And you should
that is a problem.
Georgia that this war is a good idea. I think they'll just.
I think the war is a great idea. I just don't like how it's progressed. I don't like the way we're doing it.
We know Social Security is going insolvent in 6 years.
Uh-oh, now we're getting the worst stuff.
What was the plan to do about it? And he said that would be a second Trump administration deal. Now we're in the first half of the president's second term, and obviously we're now only 6 years away. At that time, we were like 12 years away from insolvency.
Come on, dump it, Bears.
20% of federal expenditures.
Dump it.
Told once that it accounts for 20%.
Dude, this is like your last fucking chance here, literally. On the whole fucking week into the 12th, this is your last fucking chance to send this thing down right now. You have no other chance. This is it.
We inherited a mess. 6.9.
Please send it down so we can all move on and start going up again.
To get our short-term house in order.
You are trying? Good. Put your back into it, hack the planet.
It is amazing, since I've been working on this over the last 5 years, it is amazing how much it's already deteriorated. It's just amazing. In 5 years, it's gotten so worse. Are we really going to wait until we get, I'm not challenging, I'm just asking, are we really going to wait until do anything? I'm just not sure about that.
Senator, you got to crawl, walk, run. That we with these deficits, with this debt that was run up in the previous administration with 6.9% deficit to GDP. But highest ever when we weren't at war, weren't in recession, we brought it down to 5.4.
If I may, the Social Security Trust Fund is funded by the Social Security.
We gotta sit here and wait for these fucking bears. Come on, bears.
Now,
Just one big fat red candle down there would be beautiful. The big old fucking.
Except insofar as context, we have to do something.
It should be red.
Revenue, but wherever that comes from.
We gotta give bears the red. Just like one big fat fucking fatty down there, just like that.
And expenditure issue.
One big fat red candle.
Segregated. Again, so is there a plan?
It's gonna be like one big fatty down here. This is what the bears want. They want the one big fatty right here, and then they want this one right here into the clothes.
The source of the revenue is not segregated because the more Americans who work,
come on, bears,
the higher paying jobs they have, the more.
You're so close yet so far away. Look at how close you are.
An indirect effect.
So close.
The plan the administration has currently.
Uh-oh.
Increase the number of jobs and the better paying jobs and hope that because I got a big spreadsheet on this.
All right, watch out for a squeeze. You got one more chance here.
Every day, 10,000.
This is what the bears are. They only have this now.
And the drain on this is just incredible. It's just going down. That will not solve the problem. And again, I don't mean to be at all.
Watch out for squeezing.
I remember my first visit to your office.
US Trade Representative Greer says a 15% tariff on EU goods in Turnberry Agreement.
Come on, bears.
A deal is a deal.
I'm gathering that the administration does not have a plan to address it. And I'm saying that not in any.
All right, I'm going to make this big. Hopefully they can get it.
That the only response so far would be the indirect.
We'll put this up for them just so they can.
Now,
I don't think they're going to get it, but we'll give it right there.
Something that would attempt to address this. It is going to take.
Just need a big fat red candle.
At some point, being involved. At this point, it's in Congress. It involves.
They're losing the fight right now.
We have already done with the Federal Railroad Retirement System, a plan that Senator Wyden voted for when he was in the House of Representatives that took the Federal Railroad Retirement System from going
yen
insolvent,
weakens to a session low of 160.02 per the US dollar.
Hell yeah.
It's also based upon what the Canadians have done with their Canadian pension fund, which was also going insolvent, and they've been able to address that. Can you, knowing that you'd have to vet it, but would the administration conceptually be okay working with Congress to find?
That's good for bulls. The yen bottoming there is good for bulls.
We will work on anything, but we are going to guarantee that the benefits remain as they are.
I accept that. So in our plan, the senior citizen does not pay more taxes and the senior citizen does not get less benefits. And so
squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them.
That again, patterned after something that Senator Wyden has previously supported on the Federal Railroad Retirement System. And I mentioned Senator Wyden because, by the way, he's a ranking member on the committee. Patterned after that has worked so successfully. But we don't cut benefits and we don't raise taxes for seniors. So if that's the criteria, I think, and hopefully.
Watch out for a squeeze.
We in Congress attempt to work on this. Thank you, sir.
Big squeeze coming up.
Thank my
Could go all the way up here.
Senator Blackburn.
756.79 right up here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Secretary, thank you for being here. I wish that.
I'm about to get your balls squeezed off in just a few moments.
Your speech at the Reagan Library on
Sellers on their last leg right here, about to squeeze.
And it lays out your vision for where you think
Watch this.
we can head economically.
This is now green.
I think it was a very important economic speech, but the mainstream media preferred to report on the $250 bill. So they're not serious people.
Well, there are a lot of odd perceptions floating around. I want to talk a little bit about the working families tax cuts, because that is something we have all heard from the people we represent. I've heard from so many Tennesseans about this, and getting those bigger returns, having lower tax bills, that is something that has made a difference. And
you guys see all that? I think I got it all in here for you.
enhanced deduction for seniors. That's a provision that I had pushed. And having that
I need someone to run a fake story on Twitter or something of doom.
was taken by 35 million Americans, and I think nearly 70% of them had incomes lower than $100,000. Is that accurate?
Yes, Senator, and 95% of them had incomes under $200,000.
And that is something that is putting money in the pocket of hard-working Americans and seniors who have saved all their life to be able to retire.
I think it gives them great certainty. It gives them the great clarity in terms of the folks who do live on a fixed income.
Well, we certainly have gotten a lot of positive feedback on that, and we look forward to seeing that continue. I do want to talk with you about penny production that ended last year. And of course, we have a company, Artisan, in Tennessee that made the pennies. And now they are, and you had talked about keeping those jobs in Tennessee, and Artisan is working on a zinc-based nickel that would save the taxpayer about $140 million a year. Because right
One quick second, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. Be right back.
3 cents to make. And there's legislation that is moving forward, the Common Sense Act, that would allow Treasury to use zinc for the nickel. And what I'd like to know is if the leadership at the Mint is making certain that they're doing the technical work in anticipation of this legislation passing that would allow the use of zinc for the nickel.
Yes, they have begun preparation on that, and we look forward to working with you and to making sure that there is a smooth transition.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I also want to talk about the R&D tax credit. And I have talked with Mr. Bisignano about this issue also. I've heard from a lot of our manufacturers in Tennessee, and they have continued to raise with me some misalignment that they see in this legislation. R&D, the way this tax credit is working, it does not allow manufacturers to do shop floor R&D. And it does not allow them to deduct the expense of the products that they are using in shop floor R&D. And we know that China is incenting R&D, and we have a lot of manufacturers and people that are trying to bring business back, and they're doing this R&D work in their plants. So I would hope that you and
I'm back, guys.
can work together and get some clarity.
Are you guys going out or no?
Certainty.
I was wondering if you're going to go out.
Manufacturers and be certain that these individuals can utilize that
Back on here.
tax credit.
What's that?
You do that?
I'd be glad to work with you and your.
Remember that we're getting 12 p.m. and 12:30 flows here.
I believe that at one level we've lost the reservoir of knowledge by not doing this production. And I did a fireside chat last night for a group called American Compass. And I said the same thing, that somehow we separated R&D from the learning that goes on.
Last window for selling.
I think that that is a big mistake because so much happens during the process in terms of innovation.
Thank you for that, and I appreciate your attention to it. I'm going to submit for the record one question to you on partnership audits that needs some further attention. Thank you for being with us.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Senator Blackburn. Senator Welch.
Thank you very much. Mr. Secretary, I heard your comments earlier when I was watching, and I support opportunity zones. They've been helpful to Vermont. But number two, I want to talk about what I think is a looming crisis that gets far too little attention in this Congress, and that's the national debt. And I know you're familiar with this, and I'm just going to show the chart for others. The projection of the debt, first of all, January
This is a problem right now. Listen to this closely.
$2 trillion. It's now 30.
Now the deficit is fine, but the debt that we have is. If you want to know, like a real, like you heard like these guys talking about how the consumer is in a bad place. They're not. The amount of debt we have is an issue. That is a legitimate issue that we're facing. We need to be paying the debt down right now. We can still run a deficit, but you can't have a bull market without a deficit. But the amount of debt that we're stacking on right now is fucking bad.
Taxpayer revenues.
Like, it is bad. This is why we have to beat down the dollar to pay it down, that debt.
Means that we can't spend it on other things that folks in.
Just watch these flows here. If we start scraping the bottom and start heading higher, man,
Payments rose to 18.
I'm going to tell you guys, if we start moving up from this into this 1 p.m.,
CBO says that's going to go up to 25.
be very, if you're a bear, if you're a seller out there, be extremely careful as we head into like post 130 if we're not like, we need to be like under this stuff. If you're a seller, you need to like I kind of get this right here, but like at this point you kind of need to be, you know, under here by 130 and then closing the day out.
The revenues.
Otherwise, they're going to ramp this shit on your face for at least a week or two. I think I said 9 sessions. That's almost 2 weeks of up.
At the IRS, which is.
This is kind of a critical juncture here on sell side. Like, I'm being serious here, not cracking jokes or whatever.
In fiscal year 2027.
A pretty crucial point here for the next 2 weeks.
28%, or pardon me, 2,800 staff positions were reduced. And that's in.
And this isn't looking good for bears, at least. Like, see how they're like coming in and trying here to buy the stuff.
I've got a revenue chart. This was prepared by the Peterson.
I would have liked to have seen more progress for bears.
Them to be extremely.
That's what I would have liked to have seen.
On debt issues, I don't know if you share my high opinion of
Not any.
If I had to grade the seller, it's probably
I think they've lost their way.
a 4. It's not good, which is to be expected. It's June and July.
What this shows is that as
Maybe I should re-rate this. It's like a 9 or an 8 for being June. They've done as best they fucking can here. I don't know that how they get a crash in June and July. I really don't. It's a rarity.
Talking about the tax gap.
That's right. The tax gap is going to be $1.8 trillion. So the obvious question.
I should re-rate that to like an 8 or a 9 for it being June.
The people who we need in the IRS to do the audits to collect revenues that are due to the Treasury.
Well, Senator, a couple of things. Let's backtrack to your previous chart. The Peterson Institute of CBO projected that we were going to grow at 1.8%. Thus far, in this administration, we've grown at 2 points.
Let me interrupt a minute.
It's 1.8 forever. We've grown at 2.6%.
No, let me just stay on the revenue, because whether we grow at 1.8, as they say, or 2.8, whatever it is you say, you would agree with me that if I'm a taxpayer and I owe money, I should pay it.
And I can tell you that more bodies does not equal better collections.
So you just disagree that.
Here, let me read you something. So I think that they would agree, TIGTA, which is the IRS, the internal reporting system, all of these employees who were hired.
I'll show you what they want. You want to know what they want?
A 25-year IRS.
Hold on, I'll bring it up.
Who trained 2,700 new IRS agents.
I'm going to have to interrupt because my time is running out.
I'll be happy to send this to you.
I think the evidence, please do.
They're trying to run 2025 trade here.
We had recoveries up, collections
Can I just get a little?
Give me a second, I'll bring it up.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
30
Number
seconds.
one, I absolutely believe that the people who owe.
They want this trade right here.
That money, and that we should have assertive enforcement in order to get that collected.
You okay?
regardless of what the growth rate is. That's number one. Number two, one of the things that is happening is
Yeah, okay, just transfer. Okay.
from the global effort for
Here, I'll show you guys this really quick.
cooperation, and companies are now using.
So this is what they're hoping for here, but it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? This is 2025.
3 million in taxes by using the island of Jersey, saying that's where they do their work.
So this is the 6th of June. This is Friday. This was a Friday. We have 2 more days left, of course, but that's what they're looking for is this right here.
Companies use Malta.
Like cratering the market into Thursday, but it doesn't matter. Even in this case, it's still ram it up into Friday close, and then started melting again.
Thank you.
This is the 12th through the 13th. This is where you get the top in here, you come back in here, and you start buying these bottoms. And of course, it ramas up into the end of the month. Like, there.
Senator Tillis.
So, like, even if they get the low, whether it's today or tomorrow or whatever, it ain't gonna fucking matter.
You may have heard, I've been a little bit critical of a few of the advisors.
Ooh, yeah, we're going down. Here we go.
You're certainly not one of them. I'm glad you're there.
Like in all scenarios, it still goes moon. So it's like, what do you want? Get us down as deep as you can, because we're going moon.
Of loving some of the North Carolina mountains with your family, just like I do. So thank you for being here. I do have one awkward question to ask you real quick, and then I want to get to some of the trends.
It literally still translates to moon. It doesn't really matter what the down move is.
Tell Pulte you were going to punch him in the face.
Ooh, nice new low in the day just there. Nice low right here.
Good. Okay. Good. I share the emotion. Thank you.